right, Weather Authority Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca back with your full forecast. Hey, Dan.
We've got the low cloud tracker up, Veronica. The marine layer, it got deep tonight once again. We have low clouds well into our inland valleys. You may see some fog out there. However, most of the clouds quite a bit above our heads if you live near the coast. Higher fog chances inland and in the hills near the coast. And with these clouds pushing that far inland, that means that cool, moist air has made it pretty far inland as well, which is good news for fire concerns. But we've also noticed a big change in the temperatures as long as this has happened. As I mentioned, right now, no major fog issues. Visibility pretty good at all of the airports, even with the low clouds out there. But those low clouds have pushed well inland. That cooler air mass is there as well. So most inland locations quite a few degrees cooler than this time last night, whereas nearest the coast, under the blanket of clouds, well, you're actually a little bit warmer than this time last night, and most of us in the 50s right around the area, and a few spots still around 60 degrees. So kind of a mild, muggy, but still somewhat damp and cool evening out there. That's a lot of adjectives. Here's a look at our big picture. We do have a blocking pattern in place still, which means things aren't moving. I've been showing you a map with very little tweaking going on through the course of the week, and that's because we're all blocked up. High pressure sitting over low pressure, but a trough digging in across the Great Plains and Northern Rockies, which is bringing some snow to places like Montana. Well, that's actually going to retrograde a little bit back toward us, absorbing the low that was part of our blocking pattern, further cooling the area. As this low sits over top of us, it cools the air aloft, and our inland areas especially respond to those cooler temperatures aloft. On the coast, we're a little bit more tied to the ocean temperature, which is why in the summers we get a little cool, whereas our inland areas under big ridges of high pressure get hot. But now we're in the time of year where we start to see these cool troughs come by and our inland temperatures fall, and that's what's going to happen as we head into the weekend. I mean, it's going to be cold on the coast as well, but take a look at this big amplified pattern. All of a sudden we've had a big ridge of high pressure out over the water and a deep trough of low pressure over the Rockies and Great Basin, and in between we're getting all squished together. The air's moving around a lot. It's all packed in. It wants to squeeze out in all different directions, and that's when we get our offshore winds that I was talking about as we head into or out of the weekend. So we're going to be watching that for you. The fire danger increasing out of the weekend, but until then, the bigger talk will be the temperatures. And as we wake up tomorrow morning, we're going to wake up to an area of low clouds around the bay and well into the inland valleys. Those clouds will probably hang around the coast tomorrow with onshore flow continuing. So it's going to be a cooler, cloudier day on the coast. Even our inland areas will continue to see those temperatures fall. Highs in Santa Cruz, for example, staying in the 60s. Same in Felton and Scotts Valley. It's been a while since you've seen highs in the 60s in Felton and Scotts Valley. And Bonnie Doon in the 60s as well. It's been hot up in the hills for like the last 6 months or so, I feel like. 68 in Salinas tomorrow, Watsonville in the 60s, only squeezing out 70 in Hollister. We stay in the low 60s back to the coast. Monterey tomorrow, a high of 66 with mid 60s in Seaside and Carmel, a little cooler out toward the edges, and then farther south, we'll be in the 60s in Big Sur again, 70 in Carmel Valley and 70s to around 80 in the Salinas Valley. And temperatures getting even cooler for Saturday and Sunday with more low clouds. It's going to be a cool weekend, definitely feeling like maybe late fall, so make sure you're dressed accordingly. Temperatures will warm up as the offshore flow kicks the clouds out late Sunday into Monday, and next week actually looking pretty nice under mostly sunny skies. That is if we don't have any fires, which we hope we don't. Inland areas bottoming out on Saturday, and then temperatures will head back up as we head, I should say bottoming out on Sunday. Then temperatures head back up out of the weekend with those offshore winds. Again, we'll be keeping a close eye on those winds for you. Likely see critical fire conditions again. We're back after this.